So now it is the time to implement MQTT. If you remember from the previous discussion, one of the important component of MQTT is MQTT broker. So you can create your own broker, but the good thing is that there are many providers which provide the free MQTT broker, and the one which you see on the screen, which is maqiato.com, this one is the free MQTT broker. So let's use it. So all you have to do is you need to log in. So I have already logged in onto this particular website. Now on the top right, click on this arrow and go to the broker configuration. So here if you see, it says new topic and it has already added my email ID as a prefix and then a slash. So let's give it a name, Smart Light, and click on the add topic. So if you see here under the available topics, one topic with the name my email ID slash smartlight, it has been created. So this complete is my topic name. And if you have a look at the MQTT user, it's my email ID. And I need to create the new MQTT password. And I'm going to click on the change password. Okay, so now what we have is this one is our server name, the name of the website. So I'm just going to put it in the notepad. So this one is our server name. Our topic is this one. Our user ID is this one, and password I just changed it. So I said dummy password. Okay, so these are the four things that we are gonna use. So we are good with the MQTT broker. Now the next thing that we need to do is we need to create MQTT subscriber. And in our case, the subscriber is ESP8266. So let's work on the ESP8266. So I'm jumping back to the code again. And the first thing that we need to do is we need to install MQTT library for this particular code. So at the bottom, click on the Platform IO Home. So right here under the menus, click on Libraries. Search for MQTT. Yeah. And right here you will get PubSub client by Nick. So click this. Do not click on the install button. Rather, click on these three dots and click on install to. And from here, rather than choosing global storage, pick the project name. In our case, our project is SmartLight. Scroll down and click on the install. So this library has been successfully installed. So you can see the examples here under this particular tab, and you can change the examples as well. There are multiple examples, but let's leave it for the time being. We are gonna do the quick implementation, and under the installation, you need to copy this one which says lib_deps is equal to pubsub client. So I'm just going to copy this, and from the left hand side I'm going to open platform io.ini file and I'm going to paste it as such. So just notice that there is a space before that, two spaces. So this one is required. Okay, so save it and close it. And we can close the home as well. So till now what we have done is we have installed the PubSub client library. So now we need to implement the code. So first thing that we need to do is we need to include pubsub client.h. And under the source, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another file. Let's call it MQTT credentials.h. And right here we need to use these four variables. So this one is our server name. Our port number by default is 1883. So let's pick up the username and the password. So this one is the MQTT username and this one is the password. So we need to include this file as well. So we'll say include MQTT credentials.h. So next, just before the setup method, we are going to declare Wi-Fi client and PubSub client. So what are these? So if you go on the Wi-Fi client, you see this one is a class and this one is the instance of that particular class. And PubSub client, again, it's a class which takes the parameter as a Wi-Fi client. So this name could be any. It's just that, like, I have written ESP client and this will be used as a parameter here. And again, this name client, this could be any. You can probably write MQTT client, but let it be as client only. So next we are gonna define one function which is connect. So in the line number 1, we are saying client.setServer. So client is this one, which is the PubSub client, and we are putting the server name and the MQTT port, which is coming from the MQTT credentials.h. Then we are calling a method with the name setCallback, and we are passing callback, which again should be a function, and it is giving error because we still need to define this particular function. Then we are running a while loop where we are checking if the connection to the MQTT server is made or not. So what we are doing here is, inside the if condition, we are trying to connect to the MQTT server. We are saying client.connect. This one is the unique ID for the ESP8266, which is our client in this particular case. And this one is the MQTT user ID, and here we are passing the password. So what exactly is ESP1 again? So in our case, we are going to use only one ESP8266. So this name could be any. You can write ESP client or XYZ or anything. But let's suppose in our case, we are going to execute something where we are going to use 5 different ESPs. So let's say there are 5 rooms and we are going to put one smart light in every room and we need 5 different ESP development boards. So in that particular case, for every ESP, you have to give the unique name. So let's say for ESP1, you will say ESP1. For room number 2, you might say ESP2, ESP3 and onwards. Now, as soon as the connection is created, we get subscribed to the topic that we created on the broker. Else, we are saying, hey, connection with the MQTT is not made, so keep trying after every 5 seconds. And we are printing the state as well. Okay, so it's just the else statement where we are trying to connect to the MQTT in case if condition is not executed successfully. So next one is the callback. So we need to define this particular method. So let's define the callback method. So just above the connect method, right here, I'm going to define callback method. So what we are doing here is, inside the callback method, our first parameter is topic. Second parameter is payload. By payload, we mean the message which is coming on the topic. So it could be on, off, or anything else. And then is the length is the other parameter. So callback method is taking 3 parameters. So we are just printing a message arrived on the topic, and we are initially setting the payload to 0. So in C++, this is a kind of null character having the value as 0. And here we are just converting the payload to the string because payload is coming in the form of byte. And here in the next line, we are just printing the string, which is actually the payload. Here we are just putting one if condition where we are saying, hey, if s equals on, then use digital write, and on the relay, use the digital write as low. That means turn on the light because we are using normally open connection. And else we are saying put the relay to high. That means turn off the light. Now callback method, it's getting called here as a set callback method, but we still need to call the connect method. So we will call the connect method inside the setup method after the Wi-Fi connection is created. So I'm just going to remove this particular piece of code which we wrote earlier, and right here I'm just going to call connect method. So we are almost done. The last thing that we need to implement is the loop. So inside the loop method, what we are saying, if client is not connected, then call the connect method. So connect we have defined here. And last but not the least, we are saying client dot loop. So let me take you to the documentation of MQTT. I will share this link in the description. And if you read this particular line, it says once connected, the MQTT client.loop function must be called regularly. This allows the client to maintain the connection and check for any incoming messages. So do not get confused with this particular method. A loop method is for the MQTT in particularly, and this is the part of the PubSub client library. So this is required so that we could maintain the connection and check for any incoming messages. So now what would happen, like, when we run our code in the beginning, setup method will be called. It will call the connect method. Connect method will try to connect to the MQTT, and it will subscribe to this particular topic when the connection will be established successfully. After that, whenever there will be any message on the broker, so this particular callback method will be called, and depending upon what the message is, if it is either on or off, or basically, like, if it is on or something else, we will execute this particular piece of code and we will turn on or turn off the light. Okay, so I believe we are good to go. So let's compile our code and let's try to execute this particular code. And now let's upload the code. So here it says attempting MQTT connection connected. So this is the one we have printed, attempting MQTT connection, and it says connected. So now we have subscribed to a topic on the MQTT broker. But the main challenge is we need to publish something on the broker. So is there an easy way other than Alexa or mobile application? So yes, I haven't tried this before, but let's see. So go to the main website, and right here you will see web client. So click on the view details. Oh, the broker port here is different. Okay, let me try with 1883. This is my username and this one is my password. So let's try with so our code it will keep running on the 1883, and for this particular client the port number is 8883. Okay, so our published topic is this one. So let's use this particular client, and let's pass the message as on. Click on publish, and you see light is turned on, and let's say off, or maybe anything else. So it is turned off. Let's try it again, on and then off. So if you see the code, so right here, if you see, we are getting all the messages off, on in the serial monitor. And here we are just comparing. We are saying, hey, if the message is on, then turn on the light, else turn off the light. So let's try it once again. So if I say on, light is turned on, and if I write anything else, because we are not comparing anything in the else condition, and if you publish it, it will turn off the light. And if you see on the serial monitor, right here, you are getting anything. So I believe we are good to go after this. All we need to do is we need to use Alexa as the publisher, and we'll be able to control the light using the voice commands on Alexa. So let's do that. Request you to please like my video and subscribe my channel, and do not forget to hit the bell icon. Thank you.